They kept quiet until the corpsman come and got him. I never thought I'd ever lived. I couldn't figure out how he still lived through that. He was so shot up and so beat up, and I found out, I don't know, he wrote a letter to our officer in charge, and the officer never told us that he got a letter. What happened? He's still alive. But look at him, he's still here. So there's a lot of things that happen. I'm going to try to keep this short because it's chow time. But some of the personal things that happened that night, a half-track pulled up. Half-track pulled up fairly close. They could hear me, and they started shooting. Their barrel it's about a 75 millimeter. 75 with a 105. And they were shooting like this. And I hollered at those guys. I says, raise that thing up there at the top of that ridge. That's where all these Japanese soldiers are coming from. And I said, if you can't do that, get that thing out of here. Somebody said, yes, sir. Little did they know I was a private. They put this half-track back, and I never saw them again the rest of the night. And then it got to a point where there was, in between flares, I heard this Japanese officer taking a roll call. He turned to his right, and they'd answer, and he turned to the left, say something, they'd all answer him. So I said to Blanchard, I think you were gone by that time. I said, I can't hold them off alone, so if you want to talk to your maker, now's the time, because we're getting overrun out any minute. Well, he says, what'll I say? I said, well, I don't know. Just tell the Lord I'm coming home. Say anything. You know. Well, at that minute, a flare popped, and here I saw this Japanese on one knee, this officer, and he had this sword, and he'd hold it like this, and he'd taken this roll call, and I said to Blanchard, I says, I think I got the boss in my sights. Boom, I shoot him. Down he goes, like this. He still got this sword in his hand. He still got the sword waving around like that. I said, I better give him another. And you could tell when you hit him, their body jump like that. And he still wasn't dead, but I said, I'm not going to waste any more on him. So I noticed one of his men come from the right. What he was, who he was, a sergeant or whatever he was. And I see him coming. Boom, I shoot him just before he gets to him. And I looked over to the left, and here comes another one from this side. Boom, I shoot him. Boom, boom, back and forth. You know, like going to a county fair when you're shooting those little ducks going by. That's what it reminded me of. Bang, 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 bang. And finally they stopped coming because I was picking them off right and left. So that stopped the charge. I said, well, we can breathe a little while now. And about where you guys are sitting there in front, there was a big pile of rocks there. And I knew there were some Japs behind there, Japanese soldiers. And this guy said he could talk English. He says, hey, the Marine. I said, yeah. He says, you surrender, we're going to kill you all. I said, well, come on and get us. Well, I could hear these guys whispering. They were that close. And he said, hey, Marine. Yeah. We've got food. I said, we got a lot of sea ration. I'll toss you a can if you're hungry. Didn't answer, but I could hear him whispering with the other guys that were back there. And he said, hey, Maria, we've got water. Well, we knew they didn't have water because they didn't have wells, and they depended on rainwater. And it hadn't rained too much. So I said, well, I've got a canteen of water. I'll give you a drink if you're thirsty. Come on over here. No, he whispered again, and finally he said, hey, Marine. I said, yeah? He said, we got girls. You do? I busted out laughing. I could help. I said, stand one of them up there so we can take a peek at her. That was the end of the conversation, but I said, I got something for you. So I pulled a hand grenade, and when I'd pull it, I'd lean over so they couldn't hear the spoon flying off. And then I'd lob it up in the air like this, and it would go off. You got 5 seconds, and I'd count 1, 2, 3, and then I'd lob it like that, so it'd land before they could see it coming. When they reached for it, boom, it killed them. Well, I did that 2, 3 times, and that's the last I heard of them. And another unusual story is a story that was almost hard to believe. During all this shooting and killing, I see these guys over to the left, a pile of rocks, and they'd stick their head a little bit like this. And I'd by flare. See, I see that little head moving. I shoot, and I'd see the head would just disappear. This happened several times, and finally I said, I can't waste any time. I'm missing these guys. I would, the sights, you could adjust them at the top by the windage and the elevation, and they were so close, these guys, they were 100 feet. That's about the low you could get it. So I said to Blanche, I can't waste any more time on those guys. I'm missing them. So this went on all night. Get a breather, and Don's gone forever, as far as I knew. And get daylight. Started getting daylight. And I saw a light machine gun crew come up. And I set up, where you're sitting. I'm back here like this, and they come in, and 3 guys, and they start shooting across like that. And one of them got hit, one of these machine gunners, one of these Marines. So the second guy just pulled him out of the way like that, and he fed the belt. And I'm watching this going on, And I'm shooting Japs here, and they're shooting that machine gun that way. And pretty soon the second guy gets hit, and he goes over. So the first guy pushed him out of the way, and he fed the belt into the machine gun, the .30 caliber, and boom, boom, and he gets shot. There's 3 of them. I'm talking about courage, bravery, know what's coming, and they held their gun until they got killed. I said, there's got to be somebody around here, someplace. These Japs, I thought I had knocked most of them off. A few of them tried to escape and get back over the ridge, and some got away. But I looked over there, and in the meantime, this guy by the name of Brown jumped in our hole. And I asked him his name. I said, well, what regiment you from? I forget, he's the 9th or the 21st. I think it was the 21st. He jumped in this shell hole, and he didn't say anything. So he wasn't shooting or doing anything. So when I see these, I looked over there like this, and I see up higher, I see 3 Japanese soldiers all talking to each other. You can see this much of them, and they're talking to each other. And I figured that must be what the machine gunners were shooting at. So I said to Blanchard, this guy named Brown, I could get those guys easy. So I just stuck over the top, boom, shoots that one and keels over. And the other 2 guys just start talking to each other like nothing happened. So I moved in my position in the shell. I moved in another position. I got up real slow on the top, boom, over he goes, second guy. So the third one, he's just sitting there looking around and didn't try and get up and run, shoot, or anything. So I said to these guys, something wrong, that's too easy. And so I moved my position again, waited a couple of minutes, and moved over. Got real slow, just over the top of this shell hole. Boom, I hit him again, and I must have hit him right in the forehead because his helmet went flip, 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 about 15, 20 feet up in the air. I could hardly believe it. Well, there's a bunch of Marines behind us that had come up to help. These guys were laughing like we were at a comedy or something, because it did look kind of funny. I picked them off one by one, and the third one is boom, boom, boom. So things calmed down pretty good. It was daylight, and I looked back, and all these Marines were behind us. So I told them, we're going to move back, so don't shoot us. You're shooting over our head anyway. So we moved back a little ways. And when things calmed down, I said to Blanchard, in a way it was kind of funny. But some guys thought I was an officer. And he said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, let's see what happens. So I said, I turned to the right where these Marines were, and I said, fix bayonets. I turned to the left, and you guys can hear me here, fix bayonets. So I heard click, 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 they're all fixed bayonets. I must have thought I was an officer, because they were obeying me. And he said, what are you going to do now? Blanche said, what are you going to do now?